guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Wake Up Wednesday. Now I literally just finished filming a long video which was all about just me reflecting over life because my birthday is next month and I've just been in a really reflective mood over everything, and I also filmed myself doing this, guys, beating my face like this. I don't know what is happening, but my makeup skills are just improving, okay? And I use two face products, but that, I guess, you know, that's what is expected. When you use good products, your makeup will come out much better because you've used good products. But essentially, if you haven't yet gone and watched that video, make sure you check it out in the description box below, or I'll try to link it if I can remember somewhere up there so that you can go and watch it. So make sure you do. Anyway, back to Wake Up Wednesday, back to triggering you guys, shaking up the table, stirring pots where you don't want me to stir, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And today we're talking all about standards. Now I know normally we always talk about standards in relation to other people. A lot of the time, especially when it comes to relationships, we will say, what is your standard? You know, what do you look for in a person or in a partner, whatever it is. Especially when it comes to women, you always hear women talking about, you know, but I have a certain standard, I expect the man to live up to this certain standard or whatever it is, okay? But today I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm not talking about relationships, I'm not talking about other people, I'm talking about yourself. What standard do you have for you? It's very, very easy to go around and start setting a standard for things that you expect other people to do either for you or expect people to do in relation to you. But it's a different story when you start to think about your own standard for yourself. What standard have you set for yourself in terms of who you are going to be, in terms of the things that you will achieve, in terms of your visions and your goals and your dreams, the level of success that you want? What standard have you set for yourself? There are so many people who have such low standards for themselves, i.e. they will say to themselves, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I'm just gonna go and sit in the corner and be quiet because I don't deserve so and so and so, or I can't get to this level of success, or I don't see myself doing that because only amazing people can do that, only great people can do that. Why do you have such a low standard of yourself? A lot of people, it might come from places where maybe their parents told them, maybe your parent told you that you are worthless, that you are nothing, that they wish that you hadn't been born. Maybe there were people around you that told you that they told you that you amounted to nothing, that you were unintelligent. Maybe there were even teachers that told you that you're never gonna pass your exams, you're never gonna get to an Ivy League or one of the top universities in the world, you're never even gonna get to university in the first place, you're a failure, you're nothing, you're rubbish. Maybe you've had so many other people who have said all of these things, and while at the time you might not have necessarily thought anything about it, but over time you actually have realized that you've internalized it. You started to make what other people have said about you your reality. So all of a sudden you start to set your standard really, really low. You set the bar for yourself really, really low. They told you you were going to be nothing, so you start to act like you're nothing. They told you you were never going to pass your exams, so you start to mess around and not really care about putting in effort and doing the work. They told you that you were useless and you were worthless, so you start doing drugs. They told you that you were a disgrace to the family, so you start going and being promiscuous and doing all of these insane things. They told you that you were absolutely rubbish and you would never amount to anything, so you start to act accordingly. What is that? You've lowered your standard for yourself. And this is my question for you. If you're one of these people, I want to ask you this very, very question. Why have you allowed the opinions and the things that other people think, maybe even that they think about themselves, why have you allowed it to penetrate you to your core, where you have lowered yourself so much that you don't even recognize who you are anymore? You've lowered yourself so much that you don't even bother opening up your heart and hoping anymore. You don't hope for anything. You don't hope for anything because people told you you're not allowed to hope because you're always going to be let down. Why have you done that to yourself? Why have you limited your potential? Why have you limited your greatness? Why have you limited your destiny? Why have you allowed the words of other people to become your reality? Why? Why have you set your standards so low? So what if that person has said to you that you are nothing? So what if that person has consistently told you that you are rubbish and that you will never amount to nothing? You cannot control what other people say or do to you, but you can control how you react. You can control what you say in response. So either you can take it and you can let them kick you and kick you and kick you and lie on the ground and play dead and lower your standard to a place where you do become nothing, you do become worthless, to a standard where you don't even care about yourself anymore. You just live life every day floating and just seeing what happens one day to the next. You can decide to do that, or you can turn around and find an alternative. You turn around and you say, do you know what? I'm gonna set my standard high for myself. You might have said I'll never be able to do it, but guess what? I know that I can put the work in. I know that your opinion of me is not my reality. Your opinion of me and what you have to say, it might be true of you, but it certainly isn't true of me. Your opinion of me is just that, an opinion. And guess what? I am going to do everything in my power to make sure I prove you and everyone else that ever doubted me, that ever talked down to me, that ever made me feel stupid, that ever made me feel small, that ever made me feel like I wasn't relevant. I'm going to teach you and all of them that I am none of those things, that in fact I am more than a conqueror, that I am more than victorious, that I have been built to be greater than you will ever be in your entire life. That is the kind of response that you need to have. That is the kind of determination and fire and power that you need to have in your very soul. Don't lower your standards because other people have made you feel like that is the only thing that you can do. Don't lower your standards in order to settle in with other people. Don't lower your standards. You should be setting your bar high. Set your standards high. Say, I will achieve those things. I will reach those goals. I will make those things happen. I will open up that business. I will write that book. I will do whatever it is that you have said to yourself that you could have potentially done, but you've deviated from because you've let the opinions and the words of other people affect you so much. Now, one thing that I can say is that yes, when someone grows up in a situation, especially when you are a child, where someone is consistently and constantly telling you that you are nothing, you do internalize it because that is the most delicate time in your life. You are a child. But when you become a grown adult, irrespective of what you have gone through, you come to a point where you start to make choices. And some people like to live in this place of excuses. Everyday excuse. I grew up in a bad area. I had parents who beat me. I had parents who didn't love me. I had parents who did this and did that. And yes, maybe I can talk from a place of privilege because do you know what? I don't have the most perfect family. Trust me, I have been through things. I have been through things with my family. But I can say that right now, where I am right now, I'm in a very loving home with a loving family. I can say that now. I have been through certain things, so maybe it is me speaking from a place of privilege, okay, right here, right now. But one thing I do know is that regardless of the things that other people might have said about you, when you become an adult, you start to make choices. Life becomes a series of choices. You choose which direction am I going to go down. Am I going to go left where everyone was telling me that I was worthless and I was rubbish and I was wrong and I couldn't do anything and I wouldn't be successful, all of these things? Or am I going to go right and say, do you know what? I know who I am. I know what I could potentially do. I know that I have been put on this planet for a reason. I have a purpose. I am alive. That means that there is still something inside of me that God needs to do. There is still something that God wants me to fulfill. There's still something that He wants me to do. So I am going to go to the right and I'm going to go and I'm going to make sure I fulfill that purpose. What standard have you set for yourself? Or are you using the excuse every day of, oh, this happened to me, oh, that happened to me? I get it. Sometimes the most painful and horrible situations and circumstances can come our way. They can envelope us in a place of fear and anger, resentment and pain and suffering. But you are also a human being who has choice. You have choices over the life that you want to live, especially I'm referring mostly to when you're an adult. You are an adult, i.e. you're over the age of 18, 19, 20, 21, especially when you're in your 20s, you are an adult. you have a level of independence and choice. So what choices are you going to have? You might not necessarily be able to choose just yet. Maybe you're 18 or even younger. You can't choose just yet where you maybe live. Maybe you still have to live at home with these very toxic people, but you also have a choice as to how your mental state can be. You have a choice as to, all right, am I going to let the things that these people are saying in my house affect me, or am I going to keep going to books? I'm going to read, I'm going to listen to audiobooks, I'm going to listen to affirmations on YouTube, I'm going to listen to positive messages, I'm going to stick my headphones in, and I'm going to literally brainwash myself to believe in how great I am, so that even when they say things to me, they just bounce off. They become repellent. Everything just bounces off because I've built a system around me that says your opinion is your opinion, but the things that I have internalized come from me. I have gone out there, I have researched, I've read books, I have looked at things that remind me of how great I am. I have read the word, I've read the Bible, whatever it is. I have found who I really am, that I am here for a purpose, that I am great, that I am here to fulfill a big destiny, that I already have victory, that I'm more than a conqueror, that I've been built for a time such as this, that I am a daughter or a son of the Most High. If you really believe in those things, oh, how the negative will just bounce off of you. It will feel like they can't even touch you, and you will set your standard high. You will say, while people have put me down here, I'm putting myself up here, and I will not stop until I get to that place. What standard have you set for yourself? It is so easy to set a standard on other people. It's so easy to be in a relationship and expect a certain standard from your partner, but what do you expect of yourself? And talking of relationships as well, let's take it there for just a second, okay? You're in a relationship, you've set a certain standard for your partner, you're saying that your partner must drive, especially, let me talk to the ladies for a second, okay? Let me just touch a nerve for a second. You've told your partner, or in your head you have the idea that, well, if I get with somebody, he has to drive, he has to be earning over 50k a year, he has to have a Bentley, he has to have a ROLEX, he has to have this, he has to have that, but yet you yourself, you don't even have a job, or you have a job but you're earning less than 20k, which I'm not putting anyone down about how much they earn. Trust me guys, I'm self-employed right now, so you don't even want to know about what I'm earning, but I'm talking about it as in you've set the standard for that person so high, but the standard that you have for yourself is what? Is what exactly? So this can be applied to so many parts of life, maybe even friendships. You set a certain standard for your friends and you said, my friends have to behave in this way, otherwise I cut them off, I burn their bridge, as everyone loves to say, burning their bridge. Everyone's burning bridges everywhere, doesn't know how to work on relationships, but burning bridges everywhere. But yet the standard that you have for yourself is what? What kind of friend are you to that person? Set your standards high for yourself. It is important to set the bar high for yourself, regardless of your situation or the circumstance around you. Set your standard high. Right guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed today's video. Whew, that was another one guys. Oh child. Whoo, listen, these Wake Up Wednesdays get me so heated because I'm just like, Lord, is he your standard? What is your standard? The bar that I have for myself is pretty high, but it could be higher. There's always room for improvement. But yeah, and I do apologize if I had like white stuff on my mouth and stuff. I don't think wearing lip gloss for a Wake Up Wednesday makes sense because I'm talking so much and my lips are going like this, and then the white stuff starts going all crusty and nasty. So I do apologize if you guys saw like crust around my lips and stuff like that. Forgive me, okay, but it happens. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, get involved in the conversation. Make sure you comment in the comment section below. Start talking about how you're going to set your standard higher. There can be practical ways that you can do it, whether that be, you know, telling yourself that you can actually achieve those goals, setting yourself new goals. Maybe the goals that you had before were too small. Why is your vision so small? Go for big goals, big dreams, big aspirations. Just let me know in the comment section below how you're going to set your standard high for yourself, not for anybody else, for yourself. Work on you first, okay? Then everything else can follow. And also, if you do want to get involved in the conversation, whether it be on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, make sure you hashtag Wake Up Wednesday or WUW, and we can continue on the conversation from there. But I love and appreciate you guys always. Like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay beautiful.